Hello everyone, this video is for CBSE class 11th student who are studying business studies, and in this presentation I'm going to cover the topic sole proprietorship. So what is the meaning of sole proprietorship? A business owned, managed and controlled by a single individual is known as sole proprietorship organization. He is a person who carries on business exclusively for himself. He is alone, establishes the business, arranges its finance, manages its affair, bears all its risks. He acts as both the owner and manager of his business. He alone is responsible for the profit and losses of his business. The ultimate authority and responsibility of the business lies in the hands of sole trader. Sole trader business is a one-man show. So these are a couple of definitions of sole proprietorship. So as per L.H. Haney, the individual proprietorship is a form of business organization at the head of which stands an individual as the one who is responsible, who directs its operation, and who alone runs the risk of failure. You can go through the definition by J.L. Henson on your own. So these are some of the keywords from the definition of sole proprietorship. My recommendation is to keep these keywords in mind for the examination. So these are some of the features of sole proprietorship. In subsequent slides, we will look into the details of these features. Single ownership. Sole proprietorship firm is owned by a single individual only. All the capital is supplied by the single individual from his own wealth or from borrowed fund. Individual risk bearing. Since sole proprietor borne the risk individually, he is the sole beneficiary of all the rewards and bears all the risks. No separate legal entity. Law makes no difference between the owner and the enterprise. Both exist together. Freedom of operation. There is minimum government regulation. No legal formalities are required to start, manage, and dissolve sole trader business. Only a license is required in certain type of business. Unlimited liabilities. In case of business losses, if a business assets are not sufficient to meet all the business liabilities, the proprietor may have to sell his personal properties to pay off the liabilities of the business. This is what we mean by unlimited liabilities of the sole proprietor. One-man control. In sole proprietorship ownership, the management lies in the hands of one man only. Manager may be employed to help the owner, that is the sole proprietor, but ultimate control lies with the sole trader himself. Small size. A sole trader can arrange limited funds and has limited managerial abilities. Therefore, the scale of operation is generally limited. Formation and closure. There is no separate law governing this form of business. Only in some cases a license may be required, but otherwise forming and closing sole proprietor business is very simple. Lack of business continuity. Since business and owner are one, so death, insolvency, incapacity or ailment of the owner will have direct effect on the business. So these are some of the takeaways in the formation of sole trader business. Sole trader business is started by the initiative of a single person. He prepares the blueprint of the business and arranges the necessary finance. No legal formalities are required in the formation of sole proprietorship. The sole trader must be person competent to enter into contract. The business to be carried out must be allowed by the law. In some cases, license from the competent authority may be needed for starting the business. Sole trader business can be closed at any time without legal formalities. The proprietor has simply to settle the claims of his credit and wind up the business. These are some of the objectives of sole trader business: to create self-employment, independent living, to serve customers, equitable distribution of wealth, feeder to large business, to utilize funds. These are the merits of sole proprietorship firm: easy to form and dissolve, flexibility, personal touch, suitable for small scale operation. You get the sense of accomplishment, direct incentive, sole beneficiary of profit, secrecy, independent control. These are some of the limitations of sole proprietorship firm: limited resources, unlimited liabilities, limited managerial skills, limited life of the business, a limited scope of expansion. Suitability of the business plays the important role. According to William R. Bassett, the one-man control is the best in the world if that man is big enough to manage everything. But one man can really manage and control everything. Therefore, sole proprietorship is suitable in the following cases. So it is suitable when the business is small. So as in the case of small scale retailers where the market is local. So when personal attention to the needs and preference of the customer is essential. For example, tailoring. When fashion changes very frequently, for example, artistic jewelry. When small amount of capital is required and personal skills are more important, for example, healthcare services. Where quick decisions and prompt actions are necessary, for example, stockbroker. Where risk involved is negligible, for example, doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. This is all I have to show you in this presentation. If you have any question, please call us on the number given below. Thank you.